What's up, everyone? Adrian Morrison here. I am excited to have you here for this Profit Power Hour training. Everybody is piling in the room now. You should be able to see my screen. I'm coming to you from my home in Alice Beach, Florida. So I just got here yesterday. I haven't had the time to set up my camera gear and all that stuff. So I'm not going to be able to necessarily share my webcam tonight. And hopefully my mic is picking up some good audio for you. I'm trying my best to get my mic placed. I mean, I've been home in Mississippi for since October of 22. As many of you know, I went back to Mississippi because my wife and I were having Drake, and Drake was born November 30th. And then we kind of just didn't want to pull the baby away from all of uh, all of our family in Mississippi. So we stayed in Mississippi for a long time. And now Drake is 5 months old. Summer's kind of hitting. It's warm. We're like, let's go to the beach. And so now we're back here at our place in Alice. But that means that, you know, I'm very out of sync. I'm in an office I haven't been in for 6 months or more. Um, like none of my camera gear is hooked up. My mics, my computer, everything is out of whack. My dogs are just going freaking berserk because they are trying to adjust to being in a new place. I have two little Pomeranians that I love so much, but to be honest, sometimes they're little demons. Um, but that's just the price you pay for a bundle of cuteness sometimes. And so they might be barking a little bit during this webinar. I just want to preface this. I want to preface this with that. Like they're little pups. They're running around the house. They're marking everything, and I'm like right now I'm looking at Dasher. I wish I had my camera. I'm looking at Dasher, and he's running around my room sniffing everything. And I'm like, don't pee on this, don't pee on that, don't pee on this. Just normal human everyday life average person problems, keeping my dog from peeing on everything. But that's not why you showed up here. That is my problem. But I'm just simply letting you know, hey, if I get distracted, I might be keeping Dash from peeing on my whiteboard, which I haven't set up yet. That's got notes still written on it. All right, so thanks for bearing with me. Tonight's webinar will be a little bit shorter just because we're still getting settled in. Casey needs some help with Drake, and we've got so much to do. And I still, no matter what, I want to be here. I don't want to make excuses and not show up when I know good and well I could make the time to sit down and teach y'all some stuff. So thank you for investing your time and being here. And thank you so much for, investing in yourself, because that's what you're doing by being on this webinar is you are investing in yourself. And if you do that each and every week, you will see progress each and every week. It takes discipline, just like a diet takes discipline, a workout routine takes discipline, building a business takes discipline. It's not always, what's the best word to say this? Like, a fairy tale. There are trenches that you got to be in when you're building, right? And you got to take some fire a little bit. And that's what you're doing. You're educating yourself, you're launching things, you're testing things, and you are making sure that while you're in the trenches, it's for good reason. Um, and you're going to come out of this, and I think you're going to come out of this as a winner. So that being said, I'll just point something out real quick while we're waiting on everybody to get in the room. All right. Someone made a post in one of our Facebook groups today, and they said, how many people in here have had success with the 20 products Adrian has released? How many of you in here have had success? How many people have had success with their Shopify store? And obviously, if you've been following me for a long time, you've seen I've had an immense amount of people come through this community, start incredible Shopify stores. And there's also been a lot of people that have come through and done diddly squat and done nothing. Ran an ad, lost $60, went, oh my God, this doesn't work. Oh, I knew it was a scam. You know, like people always love to make an excuse for their own failures, right? They always victimize themselves so they don't have to take accountability and responsibility for their screw ups or their lack of success or their lack of discipline, their lack of dedication, their lack of work ethic, right? Their lack of any and everything that is needed to be a good person and successful in life. There are some people out there that want to make excuses and make themselves a victim and consistently put the blame everywhere but themselves. Does that sound familiar to anybody? You know anybody that does that? Never their fault that something goes wrong. It's always because of some other random situation, right? So I wanted to take some time at the beginning of this webinar while I have all of your attention here, because toward the end of the webinar, people sometimes kind of drop off. I wanted to just make a very important point, okay? Just because someone else has had success does not mean that you are going to succeed. And just because somebody else failed does not mean that you are going to fail, right? Everybody's journey is custom tailored to themselves uniquely. Your journey is no different than your fingerprint. You know, that's how the government identifies people, is by fingerprints. Everybody's fingerprint is unique. Would you agree? Yes, 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 say yes, right? Your e-commerce journey will be a unique fingerprint. So just because Jonathan or Stacy or Catherine had success doesn't mean that you're going to have their exact success. Just because they succeeded maybe selling Apple iPhone case doesn't mean that you're going to. Maybe you sell a completely different product. And just because Joe Schmo over here commented and said he launched some ads and it didn't work for him doesn't mean that it's not going to work for you. So the point I want to make as we go into this webinar is that you can't in no way, shape, fashion, or form relate or identify your success or failure to anybody else's, because everybody's going to have different work ethic. They're going to launch different ads. They're going to put more or less time into their business, right? They're going to think differently. They're going to launch different products. They're going to do different promotions, different discount codes. Some people are freaking grinders and some people are just lazy. Some people are just looking for a shortcut. They're just looking for a quick way to a fast dollar and you know, a magical lottery ticket. This ain't for you if that's what you're looking for. Get lost, right? We're here to learn entrepreneurship. We're here to learn how to build a business. We're here to learn how to actually build an empire and do something, right? Start in the trenches and build our way up. So if you want to come in the group and you want to say, make a post and try to base off if you should try this or not based off of other people's experiences, then your thought process, right, and your decision process is highly flawed, right? Because we all have access to the same exact products, the same exact tools, the same exact training, right? We all have access to the same stuff. So why is it that some people succeed and others don't? It comes down to grit. It comes down to dedication, work ethic, and what you do with your day and how you process the information. My goal for you is to be here and keep you motivated, to teach you the latest cutting edge techniques, to show you what products are trending right now, so you can take your unique version of my information and apply it to your business. You can come back and you can ask questions, and you can get help, right? And it's great to see that other people are succeeding, right? But sometimes other people's success can actually hurt you. Now, what do I mean by that? How could somebody else's success hurt you? Well, when you constantly and are comparing your results to somebody else's, you're never going to be satisfied. You're never going to feel like it's working as good as it actually is. It's kind of like y'all know I'm very much into training and weightlifting now, right? If I'm comparing myself to someone who's been doing it for 10 years, what I've been grinding and doing for 2 years, I'm never going to match up. I'm never going to be satisfied. If I compare myself to, Warren Buffett as an investor, I'm always going to feel like I'm losing. I'm never going to feel like it's working, right? So you got to stop looking at what other people are doing, and you need to focus on what you can do. You got to stop looking at other people's results, and you got to start focusing on your results. You got to stop focusing on other people's bank accounts, and you got to start focusing on your bank account, because that's all that matters, right? Nobody else's success is going to help you. Nobody's bank account is going to help you buy stuff, right? You are in control. So you have to dig in, and you have to, as my good friend Sean T says, dig deep. All right. And I want to help you do that today. So I hope that, this enlightens you a little bit. Stop looking at Facebook posts unless you're looking for answers to information. Stop screwing around in forums, talking to a bunch of people who probably haven't done a damn thing but complain, and start taking action, because there's always going to be a gazillion more negative idiots than there are positive doers. And it's not just about, someone in here, and this last will say about this because I've been going for 13 minutes. Someone said, you know, uh, I've made a couple of sales so far getting started. And the person that posted the comment in the group said, well, that's not a good result. Well, buddy boy, it's better than your damn results. You got 0 sales, dummy. So why don't you quit crapping on somebody else that's doing something right with their life, that's putting in the effort, and applaud them? And why don't you, try to get your own sales instead of worrying about somebody else's, right? This is the problem, y'all, right? I'm here not just to show you the techniques, but I'm also here to teach you the frame of mind that you need to be in. And if you're putting somebody else down because they're excited that they got their first couple of sales, you're an ignorant idiot. And I want you out of my group. I want you out of my community. I don't want anything to do with you, and you can go somewhere else, right? Because we're not going to have that in this group. Every sale is a success. Every sale that you get is one step closer to the freedom that you deserve, that you desire, right? And that you're working toward. So we won't be putting people down in the group, right? There are people that are just starting out. There are people that have, are still trying to figure things out, ask questions, help people, motivate others, lift other people up instead of kicking them down because they're not gazillionaires. We all started at 0. I started at 0, y'all. I started it with nothing, you know and my goal is to help you bypass errors, and to help elevate you, not just financially, right? That's screw money if you can't be a happy person, right? So I want to help you build your business, but I want to help you long term have a real empire. And you hear what they say: health, wealth, and happiness. um, And so, yeah, that said, let's be good humans, and let's figure out what our fingerprint looks like, and let's have some work ethic. And I'm telling you, the stuff that I'm going to show you today, it's working. It's working right now. All right. And everyone's going to have different results with it. Someone's going to go post script. Anybody else make sales with this product? Some people are going to say yes, and some people are going to say no. Why is it some will say yes and some will say no? Some of them are more educated than others, have more experience than others. Some of them put more effort into it, right? It's just some of them did different types of promotions, and that's just the way that it goes. So, what I want to do is I'm going to review a couple of hot products for May. I'm sorry if you feel like you got a little bit of a spanking, but I don't think anybody here feels bad about what I said unless they're the people in there doing the very thing that I'm saying is unintelligent to do. So, you know, if I upset you, I don't know if I'm that upset about, I'm not worried about it. I want you to change your frame of mind. I want you to succeed. And you'll see, change your frame of mind when I review these hot products for May. These 2 or 3 products I want to point out. All right, you're gonna go into these and launch these differently than you would if you were just reading a bunch of posts on Facebook. Okay, people are posting on Facebook. Guess what they're not doing? Running their business. You see me posting on Facebook all the time? No, you don't. See me posting on Instagram all the time? No, you don't. Why? Because I'm running an actual business. Now, if I'm trying to learn and I'm asking questions, I'm posting in Facebook groups, I'm reaching out to my networks, I'm sending out emails, I'm watching YouTube videos, I'm investing in courses on the things that I want to learn. I'm investing in masterminds. But when I'm silent, your boy is working. All right. So let's talk about some of these hot products. Look, last week we had an amazing webinar. I got lots of great feedback on it, and everyone in here should have access to their accessadrian.com account. It's free, and in here you'll have the Profit Power Hour, and right here, if you come into webinar replays, you'll see April 25th. We did some really fun product research for Mother's Day, and you probably, if you watch this replay or you were on the live webinar, then you saw I got shocked by a trend that we found that I didn't even know was there. And I mean, I'm constantly doing product research, and so is my team. And while we were live, we discovered something that may be a bit common knowledge to other people, but it wasn't common knowledge to me. Look, you don't know what it is you don't know. Many of you on here right now don't know some things that are common knowledge to others in this space or in specific niches that you're just not interested in or never done research on, right? So this is how we educate ourselves. And so if you go back and you watch this replay, we talked about launching some products for Mother's Day. And yes, there is still time to cash in on Mother's Day, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to do any more training on that tonight because then I'll have people watching this replay all the way up to like Friday or whatever. And, you know, it'll be a little, the information will get outdated fast as Mother's Day approaches, I believe, on the 14th. All right. So that said, watch the replay though, because there's some really good, like the foundation of the training, like the bones of what we're doing here is proper training, right? All right. So you can apply this to any niche that you want. But tonight, what I want to do is I want to go over some products that I feel like are trending for, summer, for May, June, and July, and even August. Okay. So jump in our Profit Power Hour Facebook group and tell everybody that we're about to look at hot products for the month of May. All right, tell them to hop in here and consume this training. And I'm really excited to see what y'all do with it. I'm excited to see the results. Okay, so here's kind of how this works if you're new. These Profit Power Hours are designed for me to just show you what I'm looking at in my business, right? I run an e-commerce store. I have since 2015. And I have a team that really manages my store now that I've trained and I've hired. I call them my, you know, accelerator team, and they do most of the work for me, and I do the big picture thinking. I do the big picture thinking, and then they do essentially all the stuff I don't want to have to do, the tedious stuff. All right. And that's how I've run my store for many years, and it's how I'm able to create multiple streams of income for myself because I'm not bogged down by one thing. And your goal should eventually be to delegate things within your business as well. But I think getting started, you need to get your hands dirty a little bit and be a bit more, a bit more involved, right? But we're looking for products that we can take advantage of for this particular season. So what we're going to find is that, in the e-commerce world, all right. So in this e-commerce world that we live in, all right, everybody's like, what niche? All right, what niche should we choose? Is everybody with me on this? Like, what niche should I be marketing right now? And if they're not saying, what niche should I be marketing right now, they're saying, what products should I be marketing right now? All right, so what niches and what products should I be marketing right now? If you're asking these questions first, okay, and you're in the e-commerce world, and your first question when you start a business is, what product should I be marketing? What niches should I be marketing right now? You're getting to question 2 before you answer question number 1. So this is actually, question number 1 for most people is, what niche and what product should I be marketing? So question number 1. If this is question number 1 for you, then you're probably gonna fail, okay? Because this is not the first question you should be asking. The first question that you should be asking, the correct question number 1 that the winners typically ask first is, what season is it right now? Okay. What season is it right now? Now, what do I mean by that? What do I mean by what season is it? Okay. I'm not always necessarily talking about, is it winter? Is it summer? Is it spring? Although those do come into play. It's right now, there are all sorts of holidays. So, I mean, there's sorts of holidays that are coming about along with the season. So you really could say, what, even holiday / season is it right now? And if you ask these questions first, then these questions really don't become questions anymore, right? These questions now become simple things to answer. You can immediately figure out what niche you should be in and what products you should be selling. Why? Because if it's Veterans Day, right, then it's pretty obvious what type of stuff you market, right? If it is Mother's Day coming up, it's pretty easy to figure out what type of stuff you should be marketing, or Father's Day, right? So you always want to look at what holidays and what seasons are coming about. Now, all right, you always need to be ahead of the curve with holidays and seasons. So don't ask this question too late, all right? So you don't want to ask these questions too late, in the middle or too close, in the middle or close to the holiday season. All right, because you want to give yourself time to prepare. You want to give yourself time to figure out what products are popping off right now in this particular season or holiday, and start testing. right? You want to immediately start testing different things. All right, does that make sense, y'all? Just say yes, right? Now, this is the bones of how you figure out, you know, um, what to do, like where to find success, because holidays and seasons, all right, are waves, all right? So these are described as ecom success waves, all right? So ecom success waves. Now, if I'm at the beach right now, like I said, I have this house here in Florida. I'm right across the street from the water. I see the ocean a lot, and sometimes I sit there and I legitimately watch the waves in the ocean, study it, and I'm like, there are waves over here. Like waves aren't necessarily. You look at the ocean, and there are a lot of different waves, right? There's not just one big uniform wave that goes across the entire ocean, right? There are various different waves. So in each season and holiday, there are going to be different waves of niches that pop up and products that pop up, right? And one thing is for certain, and the reason you don't want to do it too late, you don't want to ask this question too late, you don't want to be too late to the game, you want to be a little bit ahead of the curve, is because y'all, waves form, they build, and they crash, okay? And if you catch a wave too late, you don't get to ride it. Think about surfing, okay? Surfers sit out there in the water, they sit on their boards and they stare at the ocean and they look and they look and they look and they look and they can spot a wave forming that's going to be an epic wave because they know what to look for before, the average person out there trying to surf. And I've always used this analogy. You'll see a surfer start paddling with all of his or her might, as fast and hard as they can before the wave has actually even formed. It's beginning to form. They catch the wave at the bottom and they get the ride of their lives. And for those that don't want to take the risk, don't have the education, and don't have the experience to go out there and surf these gnarly waves, right? What do? Well, they buy a boogie board. They sit at the edge of the ocean where it's waist deep. And after these surfers hit these ridiculous waves and have this amazing experience, they hop on a little boogie board, hit the white caps, and get sand all in their pants and in their face because they boogie board in from the edge of the ocean back into the hard sand, and kind of sucks, and it's exhausting as well, and itchy. Um, and e-commerce products in holidays and seasons are a lot like that. Um, if you catch these waves while they're forming, you can get the ride of your life. If you catch the waves after they top and they're coming down, yeah, you can have a little bit of fun. You can make a little bit of money selling the product, but you're not going to get that huge, amazing experience. You're not going to make a boatload of sales, right? Does that make sense? So, you know, a couple of weeks ago, maybe 2, 3 weeks ago, we talked about evergreen products, stuff that just sells every day, all day. It's safe at all times of the year. Like that's the base type of product you want to sell. You want to have evergreen products that people always want, and that aren't necessarily seasonal or trending today, gone tomorrow. But you can make really big money really fast if you hit a wave that's trending at the right time. So you build your business with sustainable evergreen products that always have customers, like dog products. Every day people buy dogs and adopt dogs. So every day people are going to need a new dog collar, a new dog harness, a new dog bed. They're going to need dog treats. They're going to need stuff for dogs' health. They're going to need dog toys, yada, yada, yada. That is called an evergreen niche, right? But, and even the baby niche, every day people have babies, and so they're going to need diapers, they're going to need bottles, they're going to need play mats, they're going to need cribs, they're going to need webcams, they're going to need all sorts of stuff, right? Evergreen business. Mother's Day is a wave. It's a season, right? It's a holiday. When Mother's Day hits, right, you're going to get this huge wave of people purchasing a certain type of product, and then it's going to crash, right? Same for Valentine's Day, same for Veterans Day, whatever other holidays there are, right? They're waves. But you can't really run a business just surfing waves. It gets tiring. I mean, all these epic surfers, they get tired. They got to take their butts in and they got to catch some sleep. They can't be surfing all day, right? But um, you can take advantage of these waves, right? And right now, there are various waves. Like I told you, I sit and I look at the ocean, and there are waves to the left, to the, to the east, to the west. There are waves further out north in the ocean. Um, I'm sorry, further out south in the ocean. I'm turning around. There are waves that are closer in. There are all these different waves. So don't get so distracted by all the waves, you're trying to catch them all. You need to focus on a couple and you need to hit them and you need to pop off. Now, we've been talking 15 minutes about this and we've only got this, what you see on the screen. But in this last 15 minutes, right, the first 15 minutes is shaping your mind into a frame of mind that is designed to succeed, to take accountability, to empower yourself to correct your own mistakes and allow you the freedom to, you know, pave your path in this business and make it whatever you want it to be. Second half of this, the second 15 minutes of this webinar is showing you that once you learn the mindset of accountability, right, and discipline, what questions to ask in what order so you can make moves and make those moves in a way that could lead to better results, right? So not asking this, like we're gonna see this is in red because this is the wrong question. This is what most people do. You want to reverse this. Question two is actually question one. Question one is actually question two. That's the way that it should be. This is the order the average person does it in. That's why they fail. Okay, so that being said, uh, let's talk about a little bit of a wave here in May. So what's happening right now in May? Well, I'm a prime example of what's happening. People start to go on, so people, all right, have saved up all year, okay, to go on vacation, actually to go for summer vacation. You know, when I was a little kid, we didn't have lots of money. Um, we weren't like extremely poor or anything. Like I had a very good childhood, but we just were nowhere near like where I am now. You know what I'm saying? And we saved up for vacation. We saved up all year. We used to roll up pennies, nickels, dimes, and quarters throughout the year. I would put all my these if I found it on the ground or just, I had change in my pocket, I would think, oh, put this in the vacation pot. And me, my brother, my sister, and my mom, we would always just fill up this huge bucket full of coins. And at the end of the year, well, before summer, we would go to the bank or go to a coin machine and have them wrapped up, and it would be, a couple, like not a lot of money, but it meant something to us. Sometimes we would get $100 or $200 or whatever it is. And so that would be kind of like what we could spend on our summer vacation. That's like the money that we have fun with a little bit outside of food and stuff. Like if I wanted to go to a little surf shop and buy some shirts or whatever, I saved up to be able to do that. Some people save up all year just to, afford the hotel that they're going to stay in and the food that they're going to eat while they're there. My dad, provided that stuff for us. We're very blessed and fortunate for that. All the extracurricular stuff, like, we needed to earn our own money and we needed to pay for that. So people save up all year for summer vacation. This is something that people are very passionate about, okay? They're passionate about vacation. All right, who isn't passionate about taking a vacation? All right, and when people are passionate about vacation, they will also impulsively purchase things, right? But they'll also invest in things that make it easier and enjoyable, uh, more enjoyable experience. Only got one vacation a year, okay? So they're going to spend some money on impulse purchasing. Why not? We're on vacation, right? Buy it. You saved up for it, spend it. They're going to invest in things that make it easier and more enjoyable for them during this experience because they don't want anything to bog them down. They're going to invest in that expensive Yeti cooler because that's going to provide them a better and more enjoyable experience on the beach. It's going to hold all their drinks, it's going to hold their lunches and everything. They're going to invest in, cute tote bags that carry things down to the beach, right? Like linen tote bags or whatever it might be. They're going to invest in vacation outfits, right? So they can be dressed up nice for dinner here, dinner there, um, or if they're going to the beach, they might invest in bathing suits and whatnot. So again, different waves, right? There are different trends that are going to hit for vacation, summer vacation season. Some of the things that I started thinking about as I was traveling down here to Alice, and mind you, what I think is irrelevant, like what I think is a good product, what I think is a good idea, is irrelevant. It truly does not matter. What one person thinks is in no way, shape, fashion, or form can be compared to what the market is calling for, right? So I always do my research, but some of the things that we were looking at here, some of the problems and obstacles we knew we were going to face, that we needed to overcome to make our experience more enjoyable, because we've been in Mississippi for 6 months. We love our home here in Alice Beach. We want to get here and we want to hit the ground running and we want to soak up the sun, enjoy the beach and all this stuff. What are the things that I could do to invest in and make it a more enjoyable experience for us? And having a new baby, I discovered some new trends. I discovered some new things I never thought of before. And then I was like, well, let me check on this. Let me do some research on this. Is this something that is a wave that I just never knew about? Remember earlier I said there's so many things that we don't know that are common knowledge to others, right? I don't know what's common knowledge to people with babies and new parents because or that have a second kid or a third kid, because I'm on my first kid. Everything to me is just, it's all new. It is all new. I don't know so much. I'm learning every day. Well, one of the things that we had to think about down here is, oh, we're going to put Drake in a pool for his first time at the beach club here. Awesome. Well, wait a second. Hold on. You can't put him in the pool naked because, uh, I mean, it'd be kind of weird. I don't think that's proper in public. Can't put him in the pool in a regular diaper. So you got to buy like these like swim diapers, right? That uh, babies wear in pools. And I didn't even know that existed, but I never thought about it. Right. Well, what about if you need to change the baby? I don't want to go in some nasty bathroom and put my kid in there and change him on some changing station I'm not sure is even sanitized. So what if, what happens then? Do you want to have to go all the way back to the house and stir the dogs up again and all this crap? Like, what can we do to make things easier and thus more enjoyable? And I ran into some pretty cool trends, and my research showed that these things are actually could end up being profitable, things to launch. So let's talk about this. So first off, I started looking at stuff something called swim diapers, and I love doing research on Etsy. So let me just type in, okay. Um, so we type in swim diaper, and all of these customized like swim diapers come up, okay? All sorts of them that are made to be waterproof, swim diapers, kids different ages, different patterns. And I was like, wow, there's actually a market for this. There's a lot of people selling swim diapers, which is very interesting. And so I started looking at this. I started looking at reviews. I started looking at, I could see that people were buying this stuff. I'm not seeing like, necessarily tens of thousands of orders on every product, but like these Mama Bear baby wear water diapers, 14,000 reviews, 4,900 reviews on this. Um, 5,000 right here. So it's like, okay, there's something to this. So then I went over to Google Trends and I typed in swim diapers. Let me just, maybe just swim diaper. And instead of looking at the last like 90 days, all right, which looks kind of, sometimes you have to come out and get more of a bird's eye view, but it looks kind of funky over the last 90 days. It's up and down and up and down, up and down. Sometimes you need to zoom out. And so I went to the last 5 years, and what you're going to see is a more telling story, right? And when we look at this, I started looking at, okay, well, when are these big spikes happening, right? In 2018, the big spike happened in May. Why? Because in May, this is when people start to go on vacation is outside and get in pools because it's warming up, and then it dips when it gets cold. Then again, in July, it had another major spike, and then we'll see here. This is 2020, so it's going to be a little bit different as people weren't really traveling as much and everything. But you're going to see it start to spike again in May, and then you're going to see it spike again in May, and then you're going to see it spike again in May, and now you're seeing it yet start to spike again in May. Now, if you look at this, here, what we see is waves forming and waves crashing, just like I spoke about earlier. Waves forming and waves crashing. If we went all the way back to 2004, again, what this would look like is waves forming and waves crashing. It is a pattern that cannot be disputed, okay? It is literally waves forming and crashing, and all the big ones are in May. They're in May and June and July. Okay, so July it starts to crash. June it's at its peak, and it starts in like March, April, May, so on and so forth. Okay, so to make it a little bit easier for you, we're going to go back and just look at the last 5 years. But you could see this is no joke. Okay, this is again public information. Anybody could do this. Again, we talked about why some people fail and some people succeed. I've showed you Google Trends a gazillion times. I already know there are hundreds of people on this webinar right now that I've showed Google Trends that have yet to go to Google Trends and try to do any research at all. So when they choose the wrong product, right, that doesn't crush, or they market something at the bottom of a wave, right, after it's crashed and don't see success, whose fault is that? Sure as hell ain't mine, right? So I want to show you the tools, and I want to show you how to use the tools, and this is how you run a business, okay? So that said, right now we are at the mid formation of the next wave. I mean, it is right now still under that 50 threshold of 0 to 100 for swim diapers. All right, I'm going to show you another product in a second too. All right, it's going to pop up to 75 plus. It could pop up to over 100 plus because now in 23, more people are going out than ever. People are still worried about COVID. I still see people wearing masks and stuff like outside. And not hating on that. I don't care what anybody does, and what I do, what I believe, and what I think is irrelevant. I'm here to educate you. No judgment. There's so many people smarter and more educated than me, right? But I can see that more people this year, as we've gotten further and further away from the pandemic, are getting out, right? They're going. There's still a large group of people last year that were still scared, and each year more of them kind of like, oh, I got to come out at some point. And so I think we'll see a bigger spike this year. We'll see. I think it might go up, to the 80 to 100 point. That's what I'm going to guesstimate. In regards to searches, we'll see. In 2018, you can see it was at 100. But right now, the wave is forming. And if you want to ride the wave at the top of the wave, what should you do? Can anybody tell me? Start now. That's what you do. Take action. That's what you do. Don't go to sleep after this webinar. Instead, go add this product to your store. That's what you do, right? Okay. Now, there are different types of swim diapers if you want to pop off and like you want to catch this wave, right? So you can find these on all the different types of vendors that are out there. I mean, like one of them that I really like is CJ Dropshipping. Let me just pull them up real quick. Zendrop doesn't have swim diapers right now, CJ. They could be imported to Zendrop too if you have Zendrop Pro, but I'm not going to get into that at the moment. But if I just type in swim diaper, all right, we have all of these different designs that come up. Look at this. You could create a whole collection on swim diapers, an entire collection in your store of swim diapers, not the men and Speedos. I don't know why that's coming up for diaper. They might want to check their algorithm just a little bit. Sorry, y'all. But you could create a whole collection of swim diapers. And there's going to be diapers that fit the toddlers versus infants. So you're going to have options. But the important thing for you to understand is that, hey, I need this. Some of them are reusable, and it's just a necessity. Everybody's got babies. Everybody's got kids. Like every day there are more people that are going to have to buy this. It's evergreen, but it's also a season, a holiday style product that has a wave. How many of you would like to catch this wave, right? So it's not necessarily about which one of these designs is going to work. Put them all on your store. All right, it's very rare that I say just put a bunch of stuff on your store because the more products you have, the less success you'll see, right? But when it comes to patterns, different strokes for different folks. Some people are going to love the little fishes, some are going to like the whales, some are going to like these weird leaves. I would never put Drake in that one, but whatever, to each his own. Some will love the little monkeys. So, patterns is good. Like it's good to have multiple options for people to find something because like people dress their kids differently express kind of their taste. I mean, I see kids that are wearing like these little toddlers that they dress up in like these like knee highs and poofy like puffy looking onesie things that look like something from the early 90s, and I'm like, yo, my boy, he's wearing some joggers, some Nikes, and like a big tee and a flat bill hat. My boy is gonna like his fashion's gonna be on point. But some people are gonna look at that and be like, oh my god, I can't believe that they dressed their kid like that. Why isn't he wearing this poofy, frilly, like seersucker striped thing? Like that's my point. Is that your opinion on what looks good when it comes to this type of stuff is freaking irrelevant. Trust me, it's irrelevant. So just add as much as you can within reason to your store. But you can go right on over to Facebook and guess what you can do? And TickTok. You can target people that are parents of children that are toddlers and that are you know, younger than 1 year old, 1 to 2 years old, right? All of those targeting options are in Facebook. They're in TikTok. I don't know if I still have TikTok ads open. Let me see real quick if I can show you. 1 second. Let's go to campaigns, see if I'm still logged in. Create, I'm not logged into Facebook, so cool. All right, so when you're coming into Facebook or TikTok, this is TikTok, there are going to be different types of targeting options. I'm going to show you one more product too. I didn't mean that. I really drew this one out. I said I was going to go. This always happens. Like I start out and I'm like, oh, I got all this stuff to do. I know I need to, get this done real quick today or tonight because I have all these things I got to attend to. And then I get so excited about what I'm teaching. I just like go the whole time. So you can never trust that when I say it's going to be a short webinar, it's actually going to be short. But you can come in here and you can use these tools. And remember, I'm not a TikTok marketing expert, all right? But you could come in here and you can use their interests and behaviors to find parents, to find people interested in, look, babies, kids, maternity, so on and so forth. Like they have deeper options, I believe, where you could target just parents of kids certain ages. I know that Facebook lets you do specific age parents of children at specific ages. So you're not targeting someone with a teenager, right? So it's all right here. It's just a click away. Like even me in TikTok, because I'm not the TikTok ads expert here. That's why we brought in an expert. I'm learning and I'm seeing it's very, very similar to Facebook, but also different at the same time, is I just click around. I start looking for stuff like what are we looking for here? Purchase intention, okay. Well, what the different types of purchase intentions are available? Oh, baby, kids, and maternity, but are they looking for strollers, cribs, baby formula, diapers? Wipes, baby bedding, like all of this information and data is here. I didn't even know this was here. I'm gonna be honest, I had no freaking clue that purchase intention had all of these options. I just clicked. Why? Because I'm not lazy and I'm not assumptive. I'm gonna say, well, let me figure this out. Let me just click one more button and see if I go any deeper, what can I find? That's how you succeed. This looks confusing. I don't want to click all this stuff because I'm lazy, right? Um, you put some effort into it. And I wouldn't even really say that this is effort. It's just a click. It's curiosity. But you can target these people at the right time. You're targeting the right people with the right product. Look, salespeople are typically broke. Marketers are typically successful in accumulating wealth. Why? Salespeople try to sell you something that you don't want. They got to beg you and convince you and trick you into wanting it. Marketers know what you want and they put it in front of your face. They don't have to sell it to you. Why? Because if you're already passionate about it, all right, if you're already passionate about it and you need it because it's going to make your life easier and it's going to make it more enjoyable and it's going to help you overcome an obstacle that gives you a better experience, then you are going to purchase it. There is no selling. It's just putting it in front of their face, right? That's marketing. And that's why it works so well. No, the second thing was, okay, well, hold on. What about you know, I just stumbled upon this too, and I was like, oh, that is a really great idea. As I was searching on Zendrop for baby diapers, swim diapers, I ran into this product right here, a changing station diaper bag backpack for $9. Okay, out the door, $9. And I was like, well, what is this? And again, I'm a new parent, so I haven't thought all of this stuff through just yet. But I found that this stuff is trending. So when you're out and you got a baby, you got to change their diaper, right? Again, I said it before. I'm a germaphobe. Don't want to go in some random bathroom with a zillion other kids have been on this little change station. I don't know how clean it is, and put my boy on that. No thanks. This is a backpack that turns into an actual change station so you can privately and conveniently change your baby. It'll hold the diapers, it has all the supplies that you need. It even has a little spot for your phone. This is a great product and it looks like very high quality too. It'll fit on the stroller. I mean, it's awesome. Like this is a really cool product. So I was like, wow, okay, well, you know what? Anybody that's buying baby diapers or swim diapers, right? They're obviously not at their house. They might have a pool in their backyard, but I wonder what the average, like the difference is between people who own homes and have a pool versus people that don't have access to a pool, right? Um, Majority don't have a pool or access to a pool. This is a great bundle or upsell. Someone that comes in to buy swim diapers because we know that that wave is hitting. What if we hit them with the upsell for this changing station? It's on the go. Now, I went and I looked on Amazon for this. Let me just go to Amazon real quick because I love looking at Amazon for price points. And I looked for changing station backpacks and I could see that this product right here, a very similar product, these aren't exact, but are selling for $40. This is a 4x markup. And look, moreover, some of these vendors only have limited stock left, which means that it could be selling out fast, right? A lot of people are purchasing this, which, the baby swim diapers wave led me to another product that is trending and and this could be another big hit. This doesn't even necessarily have to be a complimentary product or an upsell, but it would work. Look, this one's selling for $199. I don't even know what's in that compared to these, but $40. So you have something that's cost of 10, you got $30 margin in that product. And if it's an upsell, that's just $30 of extra profit margin built into your average order value, right? So I then said, okay, this all adds up. It all adds up. But I don't like to BS. I don't like to go based off of theory. I don't like to say, well, gals, I think that this is the smart thing to do, and I'm just so much smarter than you and have all this experience and success. So what I think is what, just because this adds up, it's got to be right. Nope. No, thank you. All right, because I understand the number one rule to marketing is nobody gives a damn what I think, right? So I wanted to see if I could find some other marketers marketing this stuff, and if it was working. So I went to my TikTok spy. I have a Facebook spy that I use too, but we'll just for this purpose go to the TikTok spy. And I type in swim diaper. Now, this is going to pull up different results based off of what word. Not everybody's going to call it a swim diaper, right? They might come up with a more fancy name for it for marketing purposes, right? And the other search I did, I can't remember what I typed in. I found some ads that had a couple 100,000 impressions on them, but I could see that we have some ads here. Some of them, that one's not, oh, that is in English, have 30,000 impressions. This one, 100,000 impressions. Okay, been running for 10 days or seen for 10 days. So these are just starting to cook up, it looks like. Maybe these are old ads that they turned back on because they're seasonal ads that worked last year that crashed. You can turn them back on a year later during the same wave, the same trend, the same season, the same holiday, and those ads could just pick up right off where they started. 100,000 impressions is not cheap, okay? So there are other things that we could type in, and there's a lot of parents on TikTok. Now, the other thing that I wanted to type in was whatever this was called, the changing station. Let's see if I can pull something up. Okay. 62,000 impressions on one of these. All right. That's just starting to, I mean, this is just starting to hit, y'all. Like we could be at the very beginning of a really hot product here. Now, I saw some other ads. Honestly, I just can't remember what I typed in. And I can't remember where I typed it in. Okay, well, here you go. This is probably where I did it. Look at this. 226,000 impressions, y'all. That's huge. 38,000, 27,000, 14,000. And look at how many advertisements are here. Uh, Look at how many advertisements are here advertising this. All right, so it is heating up. Like, this is a product that is being 300,000 impressions on that one right there. All right, 48,000 impressions. And if I click on this one with 300,000 impressions, let's see if it gives, they're selling for $80. Yo, you can get this thing for $9 off Zendrop. 1.8 thousand likes, 184,000, 184 shares. Sorry, I'm used to big numbers. And they got 5 different ads running here. There are different ads that they're running that looks like they've hired someone, or they themselves have, decided to order the product and do more of an organic style video that kind of shows how this works. I mean, this is awesome. Like, what if I come over here and type a swim diaper? All right, so nothing comes up on this. So maybe it's that swim diapers are, well, there's two products it looks like, but nothing on, I go to product research. Swim diapers are waving right now, make no mistake, okay? And that led us to the baby changing station, which is clearly popping off right now. That's 2 really good trending products that take advantage of a wave that is happening right now that people will impulsively purchase. Maybe they don't use it, but they're like, ooh, this will be good to have just in case, right? And so this is how, as a marketer, you come up with products and niches to sell in the e-commerce world. You don't ask what niche and what product. You ask what holiday and what season is it right now. When you figure out what holiday and what season it is, that can very easily lead you to the waves of niches and the waves of products that are hitting right now. So right now, you can hit this wave as it's forming. It is not too late. We're not in the middle of the wave. We are in the formation of the wave if we come out here and we look at trends. Now, this is 5 years worth of data that legitimately is the same dang trend every year. So you can bet that this is going to spike up, and it's going to spike up to at least where it was last year, which is at the 90 range, almost near max of 100, right? But if that's not enough for you, you can go back all the way almost 20 freaking years. Think about that, 20 years. If you think I'm over here pulling your leg or BSing you, you cannot dispute 20 years of data that shows exactly what I just taught you about the waves. I mean, just sure enough, every single year in May, it's going to start to form and it's going to start to pop off. You can see February, that's 2012. March right here, it's up at 53, and then April is at 56. And let's see if it lets us hit May. May, it's at 80. Boom, right? And we're in the beginning of May. It's May 2nd right now. So y'all, don't take my word for it, okay? I'm not a genie. I'm not a magician. I'm not a fortune teller. I am a data analyzer. And the data shows me right now that this product is about to pop off because for 20 years it is popped off. So you can either be there to take advantage of it, or you can ignore this webinar tonight and go complain in a Facebook group somewhere. Either way, that decision is yours. And remember, at Zendrop, they have this really awesome changing station diaper bag, $9. This other company's at $300,000, 300,000 impressions, and they're selling it at $80. I was just saying sell it at 40, like on Amazon, but they're actually selling it at 80. So 15 days shipping time, which isn't bad. That's the average. Okay. And this is a really cool product that also the market will be calling for as they start to go traveling, hiking, going to the swimming pool, all these things. This is a perfect product. So I hope that you enjoyed this webinar. I hope that you enjoyed the training. I went longer than I usually go, an hour or 5 minutes. I usually try to keep them to 50, 55, but it's because what I'm telling you here, it's like everything that I say, it just ends up being right because I know what I'm talking about. Like a lot of this stuff I didn't even look at before the webinar. I wing these webinars just based off what I'm doing in my business, right? But it just so happens because I actually know what I'm talking about because I actually do this stuff. Like what I say usually ends up being kind of right. Now I don't bet on what I say is right until I analyze data and I prove that it's correct, right? So I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope you learned a lot from it. I hope you go crush these two products and hope you stay positive and you lift others up. You cheer them on for getting their first sale, second, third, fourth, fifth. And you'll find that when you are uplifting to others, you're actually lifting yourself up at the same time. All right. I love you all. Wish you all a ton of success. Be here next week, same place, same time, right here for the Profit Power Hour at 9 p.m. EST every Tuesday night. Your boy is going to be here teaching you new things just like this and not just showing you products, but trying to teach you how to be a real entrepreneur, how to think like an entrepreneur, how to move like an entrepreneur, how to operate like an entrepreneur, and how to build an empire, not a side hustle. All right, y'all, that's it. Good night.